subject hydrology, chapter hydrology basics, topic numerical number 3 on determination of rainfall depth, right? So now students, we have solved two numericals based on two methods. First one about the mean method, the second one about the Thiessen mean method, and the third is about the this isoheightal method. So what are the isoheights? I have already told you. Lines joining the destinations of equal rainfall, right? So the question says that the average rainfall depth, right? The average rainfall depth for the below catchment, the catchment is given, area would be how much, right? Four options are given. In centimeter, we have to determine the values in centimeter. Clear? So this is 15 centimeter iso height, this is 10 centimeter, 5 centimeter, and so on, right? The area is also given, 1, 2, 3, 4 area is also given to you, right? So now the question is how to apply the formula. That is the main part, right? How to apply the formula. So area is given kilometer square. This is zone 1, zone 2, zone 3 and zone 4, right? It's a very straightforward question. But why I have chosen this question? Because there might be one confusion. What is the confusion? When I taught you about the concept, this is the formula which I gave to you. That is the mean precipitation is given by A1 into P1 plus P2 divided by 2 and so on, right? Now the question is, sir, how to apply this formula? It is very simple. So P bar will be equal to A1. How much is A1 for zone 1? For zone 1 it is 40 km square, right? Into P1 plus P2. Now this is important. That is why I have chosen this question, right? Because this iso height, it goes from the, you can say, from the contour or from the, you can say, the catchment area, right? Now I told you that the P1 plus P2, it means the area between two iso heights. But here this area, it has only one iso height, that is 15 centimeter. There is no such other iso height here. So what we will do is that we will take, you can say, A1 will be equal to 40, right? And there will be no P2. This will not be there, right? Because there is no such other iso height. If there would have been other iso height, we would have taken the average of the two, right? But there is no such iso height. So what we will do is that 40 into P1. P1 is how much? 15 centimeter. Now let's come to the second part. Now this second part is between 15 centimeter iso height and 10 centimeter iso height. So what we have to do is that we have to take the average precipitation for this area, right? So this area is A2 is 80. Now this iso height plus this iso height divided by 2. That is why I have chosen this question. Because when I told you the concept, I drew a catchment like this. This was the iso height like this. This was area 1, area 2, area 3. And another iso height, you guys, right? So it was a very easy. P1 plus P2 divided by 2 into this area, plus P2 plus P3 divided by 2 into this area, plus P3 into P3 plus P4 divided by 2 into this area. It was an easy question. But the thing is that if the situation is like this, then what you have to do, you don't have to take the average then. Then it's simple, right? Now for this, you can say area zone 2, it is in between 15 centimeter iso height and 10 centimeter iso height. So this will be 15 plus 10 divided by 2 plus, clear? Now this zone 3 is in between 10 centimeter and 5 centimeter iso height. So the area of zone 3 is how much? 70. So 70 into how much? 10 plus 5 divided by 2. 10 plus 5 divided by 2. Now again for zone 4. Now there is no other iso height. It means the area it has, you can say, only one iso height near to it, that is 5 centimeter iso height. So area 4 is 50. So 50 into 5 plus 50 into 5 divided by the total area. How much is total area? This is 15 plus 5, 20, 240. 240 kilometers square. Right? Again I am checking. 150 plus 50, 200 and plus 40, 240 kilometers square. Right? So how much the answer would be? So the answer would be, let me calculate how much it would be coming. A lot of you would have already got the answer, right? So that is why I have chosen this question, to make you understand what to do in these cases. Clear? So 40 into 15 plus we have 80 into, this will be 25 divided by 12.5 plus we have 70 into 15 divided by 2, that is 7.5 plus 50 into 5. This much divided by 240. It comes out to be 9.895. I hope everybody is getting the same answer. 9.895, right? So which answer is this? 9.895. So 9.895. So B is the correct answer. Okay. So B is the correct answer. So I hope that you have understood numerical number 3 also, right? Now let's move forward to other topics and understand about the probable maximum precipitation. What is the concept behind the probable maximum precipitation, right? Because in 2020 also, in GATE 2020 also, one question came from that topic. That is the probable maximum precipitation. So we have a few formulae, right? Even if you know about the probability, you will be able to answer that. You must be knowing about the Bernoulli's theorem. That will be applicable to those questions, right? So let's move to the next topic and understand about the probable maximum precipitation. Thank you.